Hello everybody, and welcome back to this episode of Life Through a Dreamer's Eye. It's your girl Cheyenne, and today we are going to begin experiencing a change of pace. We're going to begin experiencing Cheyenne in her truest, rawest, most real form. And I feel like I'm just now beginning to find my voice, find who I really am. You know, I have multiple sides to me, and I was just trying to figure out which one I really wanted to project and to put forward, and the best side of me is the realest side of me. So, going forward, this is how I'm talking. This is how I'm gonna be. Shit, I think I'm just gonna be like Oprah. How sometimes you come into Oprah and she's like, "Oh, everybody gets a whale. You get a whale. You get a whale." You know what I'm saying? And then also sometimes it's that dramatic music. And Oprah's all, the world has. It's gonna be like that. It's gonna be a little bit of excitement, energy, and you know, if I feel the need to talk about something kind of more serious, then I will. And I think that's the beauty about having a podcast. Is I get to talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about, and if you want to hear it, you're gonna stay. If you don't want to hear it, toodaloo. I wish you the best and see you later. My content's not about to be for everybody. I do want to mention, though, this is going to be an adult content show. I'm not going to be censoring myself. Ooh, also, I have some exciting news for you all. I have a new microphone. I have a whole ass new set. I went apeshit, you guys. I bought a new monitor. I bought an arm. I bought a fancy ass microphone. I bought an audio interface, and cables galore. And currently in my Amazon shopping list, I have a bunch of stuff to soundproof my room. But yeah, your girl went all in because this shit's about to blow up, and I'm gonna need some quality things to be able to talk to y'all, and not just my phone. When I used to take my phone and go sit in my closet because it was the best audio I could provide. No, I got some real shit now, and I'm super excited to use it, and I hope that you guys like this audio quality tenfold. So I'm going to get to the topic of this episode, actually. I recorded this episode a few days ago on my shitty phone audio. Recorded it in my closet, listened to it this morning, then got an email this morning that said all my shit's gonna arrive, so I just waited. And this one's gonna be a lot better, so appreciate the patience in your waiting. But this episode, I really wanted to talk to y'all about the books that helped me along my spiritual journey. Now, these books, they don't have to be necessarily, all of them don't have to be spiritual. A lot of them are just books that are just good for your fucking life, some are metaphysical based, some are psychological, but they would just help you shift your focus, which is the main point. You don't have to be going for, a Buddha, spiritual enlightenment, meditation thing. You could just be trying to get a better perspective on life, and these books are going to help. I have 7 books for you and some honorable mentions. And they're not going to be in any particular order. They're just the order that I read them in, found them and read them. So before I get started on the actual content of this episode, I am such an open book. If you guys have questions, comments, you need help picking out what fucking tapestry to put in your room, or what crystals are going to be good, or who you should go to get a tarot reading from, or whatever, or even just any questions about what the hell is the universe? You keep saying the universe, Cheyenne. I don't know what the fuck that means. Send me a DM on Instagram. Send me an email. I'll drop those links right below. Follow me on Instagram. Send me that message, and I'll be able to respond to you guys. I don't do shit in this quarantine. This is what I do. So if you guys have questions, you want to get started, do not feel embarrassed to ask me the bare basics, because everybody has to start in square one. And this episode right here, this is going to help you get started, because these are all the books that I have read that helped me along my spiritual journey. Whether you're at the very beginning, square one, or you're in the middle of it, or whatever, dude, wherever you are at, these books are going to help you in life. Whether you're trying to go on a spiritual enlightenment, whether you're just trying to get some psychology-based thinking in your life, you're just open and ready to shift your focus onto something else. Change your life. I have just a few tips before we get started. You need to be willing to reflect on your habits. Us as humans, we don't want to look at the bad shit that we've done. Okay, I don't like to look at the things and feel bad for the things I may have done, or feel sad, or embarrassment, guilt, regret, yada yada. But you need to be able to reflect on that to heal and move forward. And the only person you're hurting is yourself. If you choose not to do that, you're going to stay stuck in this world if you don't choose to reflect, heal, and move on. The second tip I have is to have an open mind to all of this new information. It's going to be a lot of stuff. It's going to be a lot of new terminology and ideas that you may not have ever even heard of, or you may not have grown up with, that may be contradicting. But keep this in mind, that what you've done so far has gotten you to this point in your life. And if you want something different, you're going to have to think differently. You're going to have to learn something different than all the things you've ever learned before. So just keep that in mind. Keep an open mind. FYI, if you are going to DM me or comment or send me a message and say some shit like, hey, why do you cuss so much or whatever, don't even send it, because I'm just gonna ignore you and you're wasting your damn time. Leave me be. Again, if you don't like it, you don't have to be here. I'm not forcing you. My content's not gonna be for everybody. Okay. Anyways, moving on to the content of this episode. It is going to be the 7 books that have helped me along my spiritual journey. The very first book on this list is going to be The Secret by Rhonda Burns. Garrett gifted me this for Christmas 2018, and I honestly was kind of, not offended, I wouldn't say offended, but taken aback. I was confused why he was getting me this book that I had no idea what it was. In hindsight, I think it's kind of sweet that he gave me something that changed my life. So the reasons I really like The Secret is it is literally an introduction into manifesting, into the law of attraction, into what the hell is the universe. It has a ton of intellectual people added throughout this whole book in quotes, and these are people who have read the book and want to be in the book. And if you're not really into reading, they do have a movie. It's called The Secret, the movie, and it's really popular. It's changed thousands of people's lives. But I love the book. The books are always better. Harry Potter. One thing I really appreciate about The Secret is that it gets to the point. In the first 10 pages, you understand what the quote-unquote secret is. It's the law of attraction. That's what it's trying to tell you about. And so it's not like, oh, you have to read 6 chapters in and then we'll just kind of sneak it away. It also, along with getting to the point and having all these intellectual people added throughout there, it tells you true tales of inspiration. It tells you about people who have used this book as a guide to really manifest fantastic things into your life. You guys have all heard Chicken Soup for the Soul, those books that came out in the 90s or something. Yeah, the guy used The Secret to manifest that into his life. One of the coolest things that I think The Secret offers is a website, and on the website it has a check. You can print the check out, put that shit on your wall, write your name on it, write $1 million, and write a date on it. And you can look at that thing every single day and manifest your money into your life. That's called visualization, and that's a very important part in manifesting. So it's just super cool that this book cares about it so much that they made a fake check for you to print out. Highly recommend it. It's on Audible. All right, moving on to book number 2. This is Unfuck Yourself by Gary John Bishop. I love this book. I love this book, you guys. He is so blunt. But it's eye-opening. He is how I like to be talked to sometimes, and how I like to talk to my friends. If they weren't sensitive sometimes. I'm sensitive. So I'm a Cancer, for God's sake. I understand sensitivity. I cried 2 days ago. But he is so blunt. He's literally telling you that you have the life that you're willing to put up with. It's way less spiritual and more grab your life by the fucking reins and go. He's a psychologist, so it's very psychology based, obviously, which I appreciate more than just spirituality. Throughout the book, the titles are fantastic mantras, and so each chapter will go, I am willing, and then he goes through, and you literally, you feel so powerful after you read it. You're like journaling, and you're like, I am willing, or I am unwilling to put up with these things. He says, I'm wired to win, I am relentless, I am not my thoughts, I am what I do. Just amazingly powerful and really an ass kicker. So that is why I appreciate that book, and that is why I appreciate that author, and why number 3 is Gary John Bishop's Stop Doing That Shit. End self-sabotage and demand your life back. I love this book because it continues on that psychological wave. It dives into your subconscious and helps you unteach yourself. One of my favorite chapters is called The Magic Little Sponge. And it's basically the premise that as a child, when you grow and you learn, you're a sponge and you just absorb everything. And then as time grows on, it stays there and it's there. It's taught. You don't know to change it until now, until you can return to that thought again and change it. It teaches you how to get to the root of how you feel about yourself, how you feel about society, how you feel about life, and helps you change those things. It's a fantastic book, both of those two. Highly recommend it. Gary John Bishop. It's on Audible. It's on hardback. Get that shit. So after I had read, a really spiritual book, and then I read 2, more hard-ass books right in a row, I was feeling more spiritual. And the story of how I found this next book is I went to go get a massage. My massage, some shit happened, and I wasn't booked. I wasn't on the schedule. And in that same plaza, there was a half-price books, and I never went to it because it was far as shit from my house. But I took the opportunity and said, I'm already down here. I'm not going to let my evening be soured. I'm going to go to this half-price books and look around. I was fiending for a new book. And I'm walking around. I finally found this little spiritual section. And I looked up on the shelf, and on like the 4th, 5th shelf up, there was just this random little gray book. I picked it up, flipped open the page, and instantly was hooked on what this lady was saying. And I shut the book, and it said, The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein. And it is the universe that guided me to find this book, because it does not have her name, like that cover on it. It's a naked book. It's naked. And so just the fact that I wanted so badly to find this connection with the universe and what it was, and it literally brought my eyes right to this book with amazing knowledge. I would have never found it, or it would have taken me a long time, I suppose. But the reason I love Gabby is she is so real. She's so real about her journey, where she was, where she is now, how even though she is this amazing author who's gone on so many book tours, she still has bad days. She still gets out of touch. She still gets uncentered, and she talks about how she gets back to it. And I appreciate that about her. I also appreciate that her book offers meditations, affirmations, exercises to do. It's definitely more metaphysical. It's definitely on the spiritual side, and I really, really needed that at that time in my life. It left me in tears quite often. So not only was I getting into the psychological factors of my life, I was starting to bring a spirituality into it. And one of my favorite quotes, I still repeat, I said it in my interview, is that she quotes it just a little bit differently, but hers is, obstacles are detours in the right direction. Basically, to let life flow. Let the shit happen that is happening, because you don't know the path that you're on. And the way I say it back is, obstacles do not block the path, they are the path. So if things are getting rough, you're meant to learn the lessons, you're meant to go through it. And I appreciate that outlook on life, because I don't worry nearly as much. I'm not nearly as stressed out, and I know that I will always be taken care of. Always. One thing I really appreciated about this book as well is that the build up of knowledge. She doesn't just jump in and start telling you how to do meditations, how to connect to your higher self, how all these very overwhelming things if you're brand new to it. She starts off on very basic universal lessons and begins to creep up in the last chapters. It is a gentle guidance along the way, and it's beautiful. She offers tons and tons of terminology. It's not like a dictionary where she just states it, but she starts bringing these in and explaining them, and I love it. So definitely, The Universe Has Your Back by Gabby Bernstein. It's on Audible. It's hardback. Go get you a copy if you're looking to be more spiritual and also connected. Very great book. So in The Universe Has Your Back, Gabby refers to quite a few other books, and one of the other books that she talks about is called A Course in Miracles. So that is the next book, number 5 on this list. It is A Course in Miracles. I got the Made Easy version by Alan Cohen. I find it much simpler to get through than the whole like Bible-sized A Course in Miracles original text by Helen, I want to say Schussman, but I'm not sure. I'm so sorry, Helen. The reason I really appreciate A Course in Miracles Made Easy is because it is a non-religious version of God. And for somebody who grew up non-religious, it fit me so well. It fit right into my hands of, okay, this is just an all-loving, all-accepting, omnious man who I am his child, and he loves me and just wants the best for me. There's talk in the book of how sin is not real, sin is just perceived by humans, and how to get past so many preconceived notions that humans make up, like guilt, and it's also semi-psychological along with being godly religious. And I love that mix of it. It really shows us the real way that life is meant to be lived, which is in love, and helps you get past the fear-based thinking that the ego and human beings believe in. The chapters are very easy to get through, and the lessons, you come away from one chapter feeling just like 1,000 pounds have been lifted off of you. It is so refreshing, and I refer to this book often, especially if I've been having a bad day and I need that connection. I definitely go back and flip through it, and I suggest you buy the hard copy of this if you're interested in this book. It's like $12, because I love to write in it. I love to circle. I love to underline and highlight. Like, that is my favorite thing about books, is that this is your fucking book, and you get to do whatever you want to this book. I mean, just be respectful of the damn thing. Don't go ripping its pages out, but I love it because each time I reread this book, I see where I was in the past versus where I am now, based on what I circle and what I underline, and I just love this book, to be honest. I love that it talks about finding peace, talks about relationships, talks about perceptions, and if you guys are worried that this is too religious, it literally talks about hot sex. So do not be afraid of this book at all. It is one of my highly recommended top favorite books, and that's why I'm telling you guys about it. Book number 6 on this list, one of my all-time favorites. I will always refer this book to somebody. It is You Are a Badass, How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness and Start Living an Awesome Life by Jen Sincero. This book made me cry the most, made me dive the deepest into my entire intellect. It helps you confront your limiting beliefs. It helps you move past shit that you just didn't even know you had inside of you. And I listened to this book on Audible, which is why I think it hit me a little bit differently, because it really felt like every day I'd go and have coffee with my friend Jen, and she'd tell me life advice and say, okay, well, today you're going to go about life and you're going to think about this. And just the realness and the rawness that she has, the stories about her life, I really enjoyed it the most. One of the stories that stuck out to me the most that I implied into my life was Jen's story about a garage apartment. Long story short, she lived in LA, wanted to live near the beach, couldn't find anything, and then put it out there to the universe that she wanted to just to get out there. You know, I just need to find my place. So she ended up finding a literal garage, a garage apartment, but it was like miles from the beach, like so close to the beach. And she lived there just to get to the location she wanted. She's like, you know what, even if this is a rinky-dink place, it's the location that I need, and that's sacrifice, and that's getting her foot into the area she wanted to. And when I was looking for my own home, you know, I wanted to be in the heart of Dallas. I want to be where the shit's happening. And you know, we had found an apartment, and it was a little overpriced, but it was where we wanted. And something just, it wasn't going well. So I put it out to the universe and said, help me find my garage apartment, universe. And I shit you not 20 minutes after we put it out there and we started talking about finding it, I found it. I went online. The very first house I looked at was the house I'm living in right now. And just the way, it's the mindset of having to find your garage apartment just to be in the area that you're willing to give up. The universe is going to give you back. The universe is going to say, you are really sitting here willing to do this, to do the thing you don't want to do, to be in the area that you want to be. I'm going to reward you for that. And we were definitely rewarded. So I love Jen Sincero, and in typical Cheyenne fashion, when I find something I like, I tend to, you know, go for it some more. So the 7th book on this list is You're a Badass at Making Money, Mastering the Mindset of Wealth by Jen Sincero. It's strange to me because you wouldn't think that a money book would be on your spiritual guide, but it's getting past your limiting beliefs surrounding money, which aids in your manifesting, which aids in you discovering your greatest life, because you don't even fucking lie right now. Like, you know, if you had $1,000 extra in your bank account, you'd be so fucking excited. It helps you tackle those fears. It helps you get rid of the notions that have been put in your little sponge brain since you were a kid, such as you need to learn how to live within your means. She helps you get rid of that. You need to, you know, money's the root of all evil. It's really not, and it's a fantastic currency to help you travel the world, help you pay for bills, help you live. And it changed my entire outlook on money, and it helped me manifest way more of it into my life, and continues to help me. A few weeks ago, everybody's getting hit hard with this COVID, everybody, and I had been waiting for my check to come from the government, that $1,200, and it wasn't coming. And then once I literally accepted, I said, you know what? I have X amount of money, and that doesn't define who I am, and it's going to be okay. I'm going to figure it out. The universe has my back. The check dropped the next day. I'm not even kidding, guys. These things happen to me. One of the biggest things I took from this book is that you need to appreciate money. Appreciation appreciates. So if you focus on the lack of I'm broke, I don't have money, you're going to continue to not have money. You're going to continue to live in that lifestyle that verifies I'm broke, I don't have money. But if you say I live in abundance, you're going to live in abundance. If you believe it and you know that money's on its way, money loves me, money can't stay away from me, money comes when I call, then you're going to live that life. Case in point, just this past week, I had been trying to figure out how to live during this time, and long story short, I manifested thousands of dollars into my life because of this mantra, because I changed my mindset and attracted money to me. You know, you have to start appreciating money, and this money will come. I guarantee it. And if you want to sit and be like, you know what, that doesn't work, then you go ahead and stay broke, or you go ahead and stay working your job. But if you want to have a little hope, have a little optimism in your life, you can change all this shit. And that is just the power of the universe, you guys. The last few books I do want to say, they're just honorable mentions. You don't have to go off. These aren't going to be superbly life-changing. But Super Attractor by Gabby Bernstein. Tried it out. Pretty dang good. You definitely need to read it after The Universe Has Your Back. You will be confused as fuck if you don't. It's more affirmations, deeper manifestation, talking about your spiritual alignment and how to become a super attractor. Basically, attract, manifest things into your life. It's pretty good. I'm glad I read it. Another author to go look for is Wayne Dyer. That is somebody that Gabby Bernstein refers to a lot. That is A Course in Miracles refers to this person a lot. I've never personally read any of his books, but I heard he's really great. And another great author, if you want to check it out, her name is Louise Hay. She is the founder of Hay House Production, the book producer that produces Gabby Bernstein's book. I'm currently reading her You Can Heal Your Life book. It came out in 1984, so it's very, very interesting to see somebody that long ago talking about manifestation and your thoughts become your reality. It's cool as fuck, actually. Do you know that this is in the 80s, man? And it's just so revolutionary back then. And I do feel like it is a more basic book, more of an introduction book. So it's not bad by any means. I just started reading it. One of my friends let me borrow it. I enjoy it. But it's definitely, I'm looking for more higher level things at this point in my life. But if you're just starting, go for it. She's really great. The You Can Heal Your Life book, it goes through things quite quickly. The lessons are like bam, 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 learning about them. You would enjoy them. It teaches you a lot about your body and how your thoughts affect your body and how you can heal yourself. Story has it is that she had cancer. Louise Hay had cancer, and she healed it on her own with her mind, is what I've heard. The rumors I've heard. I have not done extensive research, so sorry about that. But I really do enjoy this book. She's a great start, and that's why she has this whole Hay House Foundation to produce writers like Gabby Bernstein. Wow, I did not expect this podcast to go nearly as long as it did, so sorry about that. But the last thing I do want to talk to you guys about is just the power of believing and the power of getting the fuck out of your own way. You, right there on the other side of this headphone, you're standing in your own way. And I know that that's kind of shitty to hear. You're like, well, fuck you, bitch. I'm not the root of my problems, okay? There's other shit going on. No. You can change your life. You have the choice every single day to wake up and choose to be positive. It does not matter if you wake up and you fucking stub your toe as soon as you walk out of bed, okay? You have the choice to go, ooh, oh, that kind of hurt. Good morning. Anyways, so I'm going to go get some coffee. You have that choice. Your life is 10% about what happens to you and 90% about how the fuck you react to it. You do not need to let anybody else steal your thunder, steal your peace, steal your wholeness, steal your you. Do you understand that? You guys, you need to do this. If you're thinking about it, you're on the fence, fucking DM me and I will buy this shit for you. Like, I want you guys to change your life so fucking hard. I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to excel. I want you guys to manifest the best shit possible your entire fucking life. You deserve it. Do you understand that? You deserve this. Okay, you guys, I'm done ranting. I love y'all so much. If you're still here, you're still supporting me, you're the fucking shit. Thank you so much. Talk to you guys next episode. I'm going to try to do episodes every Thursday or Friday, but since I'm just getting started, who the fuck knows. But be on the lookout. Follow my Instagram. Love you guys. See you later.